Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to go through the 5 books that I'm currently reading and the most recent read I've had. If you watched my Binding 13 video, you know that whole series has my whole heart. I was really scared of a reading slump after, and so to kind of counteract that, I started reading 5 books at the same time. And we've finished one of them. So the positive part of reading 5 books at the same time is if I'm not feeling a book, I'm not feeling a genre, I got other options. So these are the books I've started. The first book I have is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This is like a weird metallic cover. I don't know. About 3 chapters in on page 50, so not that far along. However, I think this is my favorite read out of the bunch so far. I've seen all the movies. I've never read the OG trilogy, although I have read the 2 prequels and I loved them. I just think Suzanne Collins has such a way with words. Like, there's literally on the first page, the way she describes the cat. Sitting at Prim's knees, guarding her, is the world's ugliest cat. Mashed in nose, half of one ear missing, eyes the color of rotting squash. Prim named him Buttercup instead of his muddy yellow coat matched the bright flower. He hates me, or at least he distrusts me. I just think that's hilarious. Like, mashed in nose, half one ear missing, eyes the color of rotting squash. I see the cat. In my head, I have a vision of the cat. This next book I just received in the mail. I had pre-ordered it back in like May or something, and that is A Summer of Stars by Liana Cincotti. Again, I started it. I'm 1 chapter in, but I'm very excited. It is like fake dating PR romance between a tennis star who is kind of getting a lot of bad press and who needs a relationship to save her last sponsorship, and a movie star. I think that the cover is great, and I think Liana Cincotti is actually one of the most aesthetic people ever. I follow her on TikTok and Instagram, and she is such an inspiration for me to sit down at the end of the day and write some words. Up next, we have The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I'm, again, about 50 pages in. I'm into none of these that much. I have them all started. And this one has been everywhere. It is fake dating, grumpy sunshine. He is like a professor and she is a grad student, not his grad student, but a grad student. And they are fake dating because he needs to convince the university that he is going to stick around so that they give him grant money. And she needs to convince her friends that she's not into this one guy so that her friend is like okay to date him. I won't lie, I picked this up because the movie is coming up in September, but I'm not like into it right now. Like, I'm not 110% sold. I thought their kiss in the hallway was very strange. I thought the way they started fake dating was very strange, and I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I'm going to power through because I want to have read the book before the movie comes out. Up next, I have The Amalfi Curse. Again, I'm only 1 chapter into this one, but this one is more like historical fiction, I think, but also I read the first chapter and it's very like witchcraft, magic-y. From my understanding, it's about a like pirate shipwreck and an archaeologist who kind of comes to try and recover it, but I also think there's some kind of magic or treasure or something, and I'm very excited to read this. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of historical fiction, however, I'm hyped for this one. Next, we have The Thorn Queen by Sasha Payton Smith. This is the sequel to The Rose Bargain, which I again loved and wrote a review on my channel for. The Rose Bargain is kind of like if Bridgerton met The Selection met fairies. When a girl has her coming out season, she will go to the queen and she will get a rose bargain where pretty much she wants something to make her more desirable on the marriage market, and in return she like loses something. She could, you know, make a bargain for the shiniest golden hair, which she will get if she loses 2 of her toes, or she loses the ability to remember her childhood. I don't know, they're really strange bargains. They all have a point. But our main girl Lydia refuses to make a bargain, and that's kind of where we start with the first book. I don't want to spoil where we start with the second book because my goodness, that is crazy. It's crazy where we're starting this book. I'm very excited to finish it though because I loved The Rose Bargain, and so I was so excited when this book came out. And lastly, the book that I just finished. So this was part of this stack of books, but I actually finished this one, and that is the Martha's Vineyard Beach and Book Club. Ironically, I'm reading this for a book club, and it is historical fiction. It is based around World War II on Martha's Vineyard. We have a family. We have a grandmother, 2 sisters, and then their brother's girlfriend. Their brother is off in the war, and a mysterious man washes up on their beaches, and they have to kind of deal with that. It is very interesting. I was really getting into it. At the beginning I was really bored, but I really got into it. I rated this 3.5 stars because it wasn't my favorite, but I think that's because I'm not the biggest historical fiction person, but for historical fiction, like, this was top tier. I very much enjoyed it. So there you have it. I don't know why I flipped it like that. These are all the books I am currently reading to get out of my Boys of Tommen book slump. If you've read any of these, let me know down below or have any thoughts. I am so excited to keep reading. All of these will have reviews on my channel eventually once they get finished, especially The Hunger Games. I am so excited to finally read this series and to read the prequels again, because it is a phenomenal book series. And with that, I will leave you for the day. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.